Have you ever met someone who said just a few words and yet earned your respect? Not because they were loud, not because they spoke with accent, not because they used big grammar, but because every single word they spoke carried confidence. So today I want to show you how elegant women communicate. And no, this is not all about speaking like the CEO of a $1 billion company. It's about speaking like a woman who respects herself. Hi everyone, welcome you all to GLE. On this channel, we help everyone become the best version of themselves. We teach you how to grow, love, and embrace elegance in everything you do. My name is Liana, and let's get into today's conversation.
I'm Liana, a little bit of softness, a little bit of depth, and a lot of becoming. This isn't just a content, it's a piece of me, and a space for you. Every video is a moment, and you're part of it. Please stay with me for a while.
I've put down some points here on my notes so that I wouldn't forget. The first point I've put down here on how to speak like a CEO, how to speak with confidence, how to speak like you in the room. Elegant women don't rush when they speak. When you rush your words, people hear anxiety, but when you slow down, they feel confidence. Imagine introducing yourself and instead of saying, "Hi, Mary, nice to meet you," just take your time, look at the person and smile. "Hi, my name is Liana, and it's really nice to meet you." Now, same words, different energy, different vibes, different reaction. And you know, the thing is that people respond differently to people who are confident. There's a way someone walks up to you with so much confidence, you'll be so attracted and interested to know what you have to say. And sometimes, like I said, they don't even have to say a lot. It's just that there's something we call first impression. It matters. So imagine trying to speak to someone or walking up to someone to introduce yourself, introduce what you do, and everything, and you just go there fidgeting. I know that sometimes stage fright can be a real thing, but you really need to fix it. "Hi, my name is Liana. It's really nice to meet you. And always remember to wear a smile. There is nothing to worry about. Take your time and relax, calm your spirit while talking. That is the first step on how to talk like a CEO. This is clear. Point 2. Stop apologizing for existing. An investment changed my life. You're always apologizing. Many men apologize for simply taking a truth. Like, so instead of saying, "Sorry, I want to ask you a question," try to say, "Excuse me, I'd like to ask a question." And sometimes instead of saying, "Sorry for the sudden move," you could go ahead and say, "Excuse me, do you have a minute?" It sounds very different from the regular thing you hear, and it's going to give someone interest to listen to you because it's not the regular language that they hear. The regular "excuse me, I'm so sorry," like, "Why are you apologizing? Did you do something?" Go ahead and say what you want to say, but keep it very polite. So now see the difference. You're not apologizing for existing. You're just being very polite with the right words. The right thing, like I said earlier, take your time. Don't rush. So unless you've done something wrong, please do not start every word with "sorry." Okay? Now let's get to the next point. Speak afterly. Not every silence needs to be filled up. So let's say you're in a room where everybody is gossiping about a particular woman, or a particular lady, a particular someone. You don't have to contribute. Sometimes saying nothing is very much powerful than saying something that is unnecessary. So before you speak, I want you to ask yourself, is what I'm about to say very useful? If not, keep your peace. And make sure, like I said, that everything you're saying adds value. Sometimes stop cracking onto jokes just to make everyone laugh. Sometimes you bore people out. Stop talking too much. Stop being the loudest in the room. Don't do that anymore. Okay? The next point. Don't gossip. Because sometimes it's very cool to keep your peace. You can imagine something breaking out in your environment, your society, your community, your vicinity, and you're found as one of the girlies that had gossiped someone else before. Like, this is one of the most embarrassing things you could ever experience as a woman. And if right now you're not finding this embarrassing, then there is something fundamentally wrong with you. Whenever someone comes to you and says, "Have you heard this about Sarah?" Don't think, "Wow, tell me everything." You can go ahead and say, "I hope she's okay." Or you can go ahead and change the conversation completely, because elegant women do not try by bringing other women down, by breaking other women, by gossiping about every other woman. That is not what elegance is all about. Is this clear? So before I go into the episode, I want to introduce you all to my business. My name is Aliana. I'm going to put the name of the page on the screen, and I want you to go check it out on Facebook. That's the only page I have for now. We sell curated fashion pieces. We just started newly, and I thank God for the support I've been getting from you. It's really, really very encouraging. We sell perfumes, we sell jewelry, we sell outfits that can help you look good and put together to become the best version of yourself. So if this is something you're interested in, I want you to check out the page on the screen. Now let's start right back into the topic. The fifth point I have here is ask intelligent questions. When you meet someone successful, there is something very crazy people do in our world today. You meet someone successful, you go there, instead of asking the right questions to know how you're going to navigate life with it. Something you've always been wanting answers to. This could be your opportunity. What you do is you go there and you start to ask for money. You start to beg for money. Another thing people do is when they meet someone successful, they immediately start talking about themselves. They start to talk about who they are, what they've achieved. I mean, there are people that have achieved way, way more than whatever you think you have, and they're still keeping it very low. Not something they want to talk about. So you don't need to talk so much about yourself to get people to listen to you, or to get someone successful to listen to you, or to kind of keep up the vibe with you. Okay, you don't have to do that. Don't immediately start talking about yourself. Instead, ask questions like this: what have been the biggest lesson in your career? Who knows? You might learn something from there. Or if you were starting over today, what would you do differently? The reason I like this question is that it kind of gives you a hint on what to do with your life, especially if you're someone who just started over, or someone who just started your life and you are looking for answers, the right answers to some questions. This question will help you, because successful people, they always have something good to say, something good to contribute. Okay? And one thing that this kind of question will leave long-lasting impression. That's okay? The sixth one: master your emotions before your mouth. Imagine someone sends you a message that really annoyed you. Your first instinct is usually to reply immediately, and sometimes to reply with the most detestful word, to throw it back at them the way they gave it to you, right? Don't. Put your phone down. Walk away. Don't bother. Come back later. I promise you, when you come back later, you will not handle that situation the same way. Your nerves has gone down. Your anger has gone down. Everything you were feeling has gone down. Because sometimes the message you do not send protects your reputation more than the message you actually send. You understand? And trust me, I have learned this well. I mean, I have been doing this for the longest time. And sometimes you have them come back to explain themselves, to apologize for what they did. Okay? Then just let them back in, or you can just leave it with them, because sometimes people speak from a place of frustration. We don't know what they're going through at that point in time. So that's why I said, just put your phone down and ignore them. Okay? It works every single time. It works. It literally works. And now the next point, and which is my final point, is let your words match your appearance. Let your words match your appearance. You can wear the most beautiful dress, the nicest perfume, the most perfect jewelry. Then someone asks you a simple question, and then your next response is, do you know who you are talking to? And just immediately, everything about your appearance drops. Your hair, your beauty, the elegance, especially when that person is not listening to know who you are. Please, you don't have to ask that question, okay? That is not how elegant men. That is not how elegant women do. That's not what they look like, they act like outside. Nobody really cares to know who you are. And even if some people care, I don't think there is a need to explain who you are to people. It's very cute when people come up to you, realize how humble you are, how good you are, how nice you are, and they finally come to know that there is more to you, away from what they even think. And you actually still put out this elegant and flattering lifestyle that always want to affect you. And you kind of make the respect you have for you from 50 to 100. Now, elegance is not just in your level, it's in your attitude, it's in your words, it's in the way people feel after talking to you, the way people feel after listening to you, what they learn when they are done listening to you. That is elegance. So now, before I wrap this up, I've realized that elegance isn't something you do. It's something people experience when they interact with you. So the next time you're getting dressed, don't just prepare for your outfit. Prepare for everything. Your outfit, your thinking, your reasoning, your word, your action. Okay? Because sometimes your mouth introduces you even before your appearance does. Do you understand this? So speaking as a CEO isn't about grammar, it isn't about accent, it isn't about using difficult English to communicate, it's about communicating with absolute clarity, with confidence, with kindness, with purpose. That's the kind of woman I want to become, and I hope that's the kind of woman you are becoming too. Now, if you enjoyed this conversation, I want you to please like, subscribe, share this video, tell me in the comment section which of these have you experienced and which of the 7 habits are you going to start practicing from today. Stay elegant, my girlies, and I know it can fail. See you at the top.